We come in and provide a template, a structure, and a program for the coaching staff of how to follow this from day one, 365 days a year. What are you doing from this Monday to Friday every single week, whether it be starting January 1st all the way till spring ball starts or your summer training? How's the summer training then shift, and what are we looking at there? Then when you start your practices in the fall, what does your in-season work look like? How does it change and how to morph? Once that's done, your season's done, it's the start of the off-season again. So we call that a mesocycle of training, of how we're training the body, how we're training a culture of bodies, and what we're trying to do with them from freshman year, coming in freshman year to their senior year, and what kind of development you should be able to see throughout that 4-year span. And it should be a big eye catcher. And I think what the great thing about it is too is that the coaches are continuing. It's a learning curve for the coaches. They're having to coach and learn more about why we're having the athletes do what we're doing, because it's going to resonate on the field. You're not going to be able to get an athlete there that's not functional or doesn't know how to move or bend, is not explosive. You're going to have to teach that into a training environment. They're not going to do it right when you put them on a field, no matter what sport they play. So that's got to be the focus, and having the coaches be a part of it and putting on the coaches clinic prior to actually doing the athlete clinic, because we do them consecutively, it just is a great marriage between the two, and it bonds it, it unifies it, and they're left with knowing exactly how to take it and to the next level and adapting it within how their athletic populations are increasing. So building that relationship from that point forward, after we come in and we do the coaches and players clinic, and then building that relationship with them year round, or if we have to come in maybe a pre-summer clinic or a summer clinic to make sure things are going good and kind of jumpstart things again, we have that relationship where we're continuing talking with them, visiting with them, emails. It's a great bond, and it's something we just love to do, continuing to develop the program that they're working with. Coaches call APX for the fact that they come to a certain point with their strength conditioning program, whether it's a summer thing or it's a yearly thing of what they do, and they need a refreshing point, or their culture has hit a complete all-time low with participation of numbers, or they're struggling to keep numbers within their program, whether it's set forth a 2 to 4 or 5 day a week off-season program that they have at the school constantly, or if it's something during the summer times they struggle with, what to do in season, how to set that up, and so that's particularly why, if they have injury problems, I think that's another huge reason. They're continuing to see injuries throughout their year, and so their athletes are seeing less playing, snaps, reps. They're losing time, losing clock minutes, especially with some of their main guys. So when I call up APX, I think that's the biggest reason why, is to come in and let's evaluate and take a look at what they're doing with their program, and just from that point of view, from another point of view of how can we go and improve this, whether it's a complete overhaul or if it's adding on to a successful program they already have, and just whether it's aesthetics in their facility, a culture thing, the nutrition piece. There can be all different aspects.
Yeah.
The culture that APX built into high school football programs or high school programs in general, whether it's baseball, basketball, track, doesn't matter, program, soccer, is a complete passion for training, is that they're committed and bought in from whether it's an in-season program or off-season. My philosophy, being as a strength performance coach at various levels, is making sure that you're either an in-season or an off-season program. You're never in you're not in any of the other one. You're in something. That's the biggest thing, is changing the culture of implementing a passionate thing, but following a science. When they do it, it ends up training themselves, because they have to go on a certain sets, reps, time under tension, how the movements are moving, and how much time you have to go from one to the next, and why are you doing that. So really, when they start the first rep of a workout or a training, they're on a timer from that point forward to the end. So they're on task for the next, whether it be 45 or up to 90 minutes of work, depending on how much time the program has to put forth. So from the dynamic warm-up ground-based stretch into their workload, whether it's resistance, functional stretch, functional hypertrophy, speed, agility development, all the way down to post work and what they're doing there. They're on a timer. So coaches love the fact they see that no matter what the sport is at that school, it's a practice, and they're practicing year round.